Let us try to make sense of few geometrical figures. Let's start with a point. Now, point is a very basic figure that we talk about in math, and this is how we represent a point. And point is always given name of some letter like A or Z or B or something like that. But what does this point show? I like to call it the address of anything, If you see any grid like this, now, sorry if my drawing is not perfect, but let's say I wanted to tell people where A is, and if I knew the names of grids like this, where every vertical line was named as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the horizontal lines as we go above were named as I, J, K, L, and so on. So I would say that A's address was J3 or something of the sort 3J, depending upon whatever convention that we're using. Point is just an address. It is an infinitesimally small area. When I say infinitesimally, that's like saying very, very small area. If you want to think about a point, look at the point of a needle. So if this is a needle, there is a small portion here, and then the needle is pointing, and you can look at the top of that needle, and that's something that resembles the point. Now, understanding the concept of point enables us to understand the rest of the figures as well. So let's try and learn line segment. Line segment looks something like this. It just got bigger somehow. So at the ends of the line segment, you will find 2 points, and we can name the line segment as segment AB. So it's a straight line between 2 points. And as we can see, this has limited distance because it is defined by 2 points. And a real life example of a line segment is anything that you can join with 2 points. You can think about a straight line distance between any 2 points in your room, something like this. And that's a line segment. You can look at a line segment vertically as well. So if this is S, this could be P, or sorry, let's say R. So it could be vertical or it could be anywhere around you, real or imaginary, any limited straight line distance that joins 2 points. Now let's learn about a simple line. Now, what is a line? Let me draw 2 points first. Again, the concept of line is that you can draw only one line through 2 points, but it has infinite distance. We are limited with the screen here, and that's why we have to draw such arrows whenever we want to show lines. And to identify the line, we just name those 2 points through which we have drawn the line. There is also a convention of naming lines with small letters, like we could say this is line L, and or we could say this is line AB. And you can see there are so many points on the line, isn't it? We can draw any 2 points again on the line, and we could say, okay, this is also line PQ. So there is that liberty, and this has in unlimited distance or infinite distance, or I would say unlimited length rather. So this has unlimited length or infinite length. It just keeps on extending. So when we want to show line AB, we draw an arrow above AB, something like that. Note that it's important to show arrows on both sides when you have to show the line. Alright, now let's see what is a ray. Now ray is limited from one side but extends like a line on the other side. And we call this vertex, say P, we can call it anything, and then we plot another point on the ray and we say it's ray PQ. Again, ray also has unlimited length because it keeps on extending in one direction. A simple example that I can think of is about a ray or ray of light that originates from the sun. Well, I think I should have drawn it a yellow ray, but anyway, this is sun, and this is how I could say this is a ray because it has some source, say point P, and then it keeps on extending in one direction. To denote ray, we write ray PQ, or we could say PQ, and we can draw single-headed arrow on top of it. Now, using 2 lines, there are different concepts that we can learn. So let's say this is one line and this is another line. And if I say this is like a railway track of sorts, so then you know that these railway track lines never intersect, but these are also straight lines, right? That's kind of parallel lines there. So whenever 2 lines do not intersect, they are known as parallel lines. So 2 lines could either be parallel or intersecting. So if they do not intersect, they are known as parallel lines. So let's say if I name this line as AB and if I name this line as PQ, then in maths we show AB is parallel to PQ like this by drawing two vertical lines between them. Or you could say this is line L and this is line M. We could also say L is parallel to M. Parallel lines do not intersect. Let's jump on to intersecting lines. So this is one line and this is another line, and these two lines intersect, and they intersect at one and only one point. Let's call this point as M because that's the letter we haven't used. So let's say this is A, B, and arrows on both sides because this is a line that extends on both sides. This is say K and L, and we could say KL intersects AB at M, and this is how you can describe two intersecting lines. Now I want to show you another figure. So let's say this is one line and this is another line. In the screen you see that these two lines do not intersect, right? These two lines do not intersect on the screen, but do you think they will intersect? Note that these are lines, right? This is, let's say, line L and this is line M. Pause the video, think about it, and let me know in the comments whether line L and line M intersect or not. Also, once you have your answers ready, think about an example of intersecting lines in real life.